What is going on, everybody? It is your boy, your man's Dopey Camel. Back at it with another review, and yesterday I was able to check out The Watchers in theaters, and this is the new Shyamalan directed movie. I'm pretty sure I pronounced that first name right. I'm sorry if I mispronounced it. Let me know down in the comments. But it is M. Night Shyamalan's daughter's directorial debut. And but before we get into actual beginning of the review itself, guys, don't forget to subscribe to the channel because number one, it's absolutely free. Number two, on the road to 1,000 subscribers. Just 273 away now, and it would really help out, and also maybe help with the YouTube algorithm, recommend it to more people, and maybe they could join. That's sick fame. And do feel free to comment your thoughts on The Watchers down below. And with that being said, guys, before we get into actual review itself, let's give a quick plot synopsis, shall we? So let's get right into it. Yeah, and transition into them. A 20-year-old artist gets stranded in an expansive, untouched forest in Western Ireland. Finding shelter, she unknowingly becomes trapped alongside three strangers who are stalked by mysterious creatures every night. Alright, so going into The Watchers, I had no clue what I was expecting. I thought the trailers were okay. They didn't make me super excited for the movie. And as for my past history with M. Night Shyamalan, I love some of his movies. Sixth Sense, that's an example. You got Signs, you also got Unbreakable and Split, which I both love as well. And yeah, when I found out it was directed by his daughter, I was going like, that could be interesting. We'll see how things go. So, with that being said, let's see how things went. All right. We'll start off with the good. Number one good, M. Night Shyamalan's daughter as director. I thought she did pretty good for her first directorial debut directing the movie. Yeah, it seems like she definitely attempted to get the best acting out of all the cast. So good stuff right there. Another good, the cinematography. The cinematography in here is amazing. Especially there's this one sequence a little bit later on in the movie. No spoilers here, but there's one scene where you find out what the Watchers is, and basically there's a shot of what it looks like from a certain angle, or he or she looks like, and it was a pretty cool angle. I thought that was an awesome shot that they put there. Another good, the design for the Watchers that are the design for the Watchers, whatever they're revealed as, I thought they looked pretty unique and interesting. I think they definitely added a certain flavor for what they ended up looking like. So they did a good job on that. Alright, and now we move on to the mixed aspects of the movie. And this probably has the most stuff in it. What the Watchers are eventually revealed as. Not spoiling anything here, but it was interesting when they outright said what the Watchers was. However, when they say it, it feels... When they say it, it feels very, corny. Very corny. The effort was definitely a good effort, but, didn't really work that well, to be honest with you. But some of it was interesting, I will admit. Yeah, there's that. Another mixed aspect, the acting. I will admit, it's probably what's holding the acting going into the good is because of a category later on. Or I don't know. I don't know what the script looks like. That's all I'll say. But the acting in here, I think, was pretty good. For our one male character that's like a major part of the movie, I thought he acted pretty well. Probably the best performance out of the movie, for me, my personal perspective. And people are gonna say Dakota Fanning's the best performance in here. She's arguable. It's just there's certain scenes in here, I don't know if it's how the dialogue was written or whatever. Like, there's some genuine sequences in here where she does great, don't get me wrong. But there's some certain sequences where I feel as if there should be a little bit more shock factor and stuff to it. But, I don't know. Maybe it's just the script. I don't know. But it felt a little bit. I don't know. This movie is very mixed with me, guys. I don't think I've ever been this mixed on a movie since Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. That was the last one I was really mixed on. This one I'm really mixed on as well. Another mix, the CGI. Again, as I mentioned before, there's one absolute great sequence in the cinematography where I thought the CGI was amazing. However, the CGI and green screens during some certain scenes a little bit throughout the movie, you could tell they're CGI or green screen and they don't look that well, if that makes sense. So, there's that. Another mixed is the first act. I think, well, this one's tough. The first act of this movie is all about the setup, but it's just very predictable and it's very weird how it sets everything up. So that's all I'll say about that. And then this is a mixed negative, is the dialogue. I don't think the dialogue's all that great. There's some scenes where I think the dialogue was decent enough, but there's a bunch of other scenes throughout the movie where you go, really? That's what you wrote? There, you could have used a little bit more different words there, I don't know. It was just very confusing, to say the least, so with the dialogue. It's not bad dialogue, it's hit or miss. One of the two, every single, 5 minutes or so. Or at least when someone's talking. Now, unfortunately, we move on to the bad. The final act. The final act is the worst part of the movie, probably. It's just very crazy, and too much is going on, and they try to add a bunch of different, twists a little later on in the movie that I just felt didn't quite work, and it was kind of... It was just jumping around too much in the final act, and where the movie leaves off, another bad. Where the movie leaves off, it leaves room kind of for a sequel, which I don't know how this movie's going to do well in the box office. It's just, I don't think they'll pull off a sequel. Another bad, the characters. I didn't find any of the characters in here were just common cliches of other characters that were done better in other better movies. And I thought most of them weren't really that likable. Another bad, there's so many points throughout this movie where it could have ended and left off, but it decides to keep on going, which movies and TV shows seem to like to do a lot nowadays. And it was just getting on my nerves and going, come on, you could have ended right there. It would have been perfect. Not perfect. It would have been a perfect ending for a very weird movie. But it decided to keep on going and chugging along. Chugga, 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 chugga. And yeah, there's that. Then, another bad, the twist reveal. For me, for some reason, again, no spoilers here, but for some reason, I didn't see the twist coming. And now looking back on it, it's all incredibly obvious that I don't know why my dumb self didn't see the twist coming, but that's just me, I guess. But with that being said, guys, let's bring out the toxic meter. And I will give this a toxic disappointment, a C+. And I would definitely, I would say, I would say stream it. It's watchable, but it's very weird, I must admit. So it's streamable at that. But with that being said, guys, that is the actual review of The Watchers. Hopefully y'all enjoyed this toxic movie review. Be sure to leave your comments on the movie down below, your thoughts on the movie down below. And it's going to be a very love or hate type movie. I can guarantee that right now. But with that being said, guys, I'll see y'all next one, everybody. Peace.